The American Academy of Allergy, Asthma and Immunology says 2% of children have a peanut allergy. Well, there's a new study this week that showed that some children allergic to milder forms of peanuts may be able to overcome their allergies. So here to talk about that is our good friend, Dr. Mark Ebadi from Colorado Allergy and Asthma Centers. Always nice to see you.
Good to see you.
Peanut allergies have become something that people talk about more than we remember when we were young, but is this a big step in some of the therapies that I know you've been doing and others have been doing?
Yeah, I don't know that it's a new thing, right? Like the study came out and they're doing oral desensitization to peanuts, but we've been doing oral desensitization to peanuts for years, right? What's novel and different about this study is they're taking kids that have quote unquote high threshold peanut allergies, meaning they can tolerate half of a peanut. So the kids who aren't like crazy allergic, and they're taking those kids and they're saying, okay, we're going to start you off at a higher dose, we're going to go through it a little bit faster, and a lot of this is going to be outpatient. So that was what was kind of different about this study and novel, but certainly we've been doing this at a high level successfully for years now.
Yeah, and that's what's so interesting. We've been talking about, I didn't know anybody growing up that had a peanut allergy. And then for many years I heard, don't even give it to your babies, any peanut butter. But you're saying not true. I mean, we're like expose our kids to some of this stuff.
Well, the dogma on that has completely changed, right?
Okay.
When I came out of my fellowship 25 years ago, we told people if you were at risk, meaning you had a parent who was allergic or you might be allergic, that every subsequent baby should wait as long as possible. So we were telling kids, don't introduce peanuts until they're 3, 4, and then we found out like a lot of things in medicine, that was exactly the worst possible thing that we could be doing. And so it completely changed, and there was a complete paradigm shift to saying, let's introduce peanuts as soon as possible, right? As soon as it's not a choke hazard with babies and you want to get peanuts on board right away. And that might actually help them not become allergic.
This might be a question for Kim as much as you, but why does the peanut allergy get so much attention? Why do people focus on it?
Yeah, I think it's for a lot of people it's scary, right? I think for certainly for new patients who get diagnosed with peanut allergy, there's a scary part of this thing for people, and that's why it sort of garners so much like attention. But I spend my days all day, every day, trying to dissuade that hysteria, trying to tell people not to be terrified of this thing, right? And people always say, what do you mean? And I say, well, let me ask you, what are you worried about? I'll ask a mom that, and they'll say, well, I'm worried that he might or she might get peanuts. And I say, well, no, you're not. I'm like, but what are we really worried about? And they say, well, I'm worried he might actually get peanuts. And I say, no, it's okay to say it. What are we really worried about? And then they'll tell you, like, I'm worried he might get peanuts, have an anaphylactic reaction, and possibly have a fatality. Yeah. And then I tell them in 25 years, I don't know a single person who's eaten a food that they're allergic to and had a fatality. Not one. Right, so that's not to say it doesn't happen, right? Planes do go down,
but it's a boogeyman. It lives
I mean, planes crash, right? But do you get on a plane and worry about it? No, because it's a possibility. It's certainly not a probability. So I think the hysteria comes from that lack of education. We try to help people understand that there's a way to navigate this thing, and also to understand that your kid has a higher risk of dying on a football field playing high school football than he does eating a peanut and having a fatality. So that's where I spend my time telling people maybe you don't need a peanut desensitization, right? Because when people come to me and say, well, it's on your website that your practice does peanut desensitization, I say, great, we do, and I can, but why do you want to do it?
Right.
Well, what's the reason for it? Like, is there, and the only really good answer I've gotten is from a kid in culinary school who's a chef. He's like, oh, I need to eat it.
But in most cases, can people pass that test, if you will, and express to you that we think it's important because of this, this, and this, and you go, well, then you're in?
Well, sometimes we have that dialogue, and people say, like, listen, I hear what you're saying, that it's a low probability thing, but I worry, and I want to do it. And I say, great, I'm happy to do it, right? It's what we do
and you'll do it with them.
Sure. I mean, we're very successful. Like, peanuts a very easy thing. I should say easy, but we're very successful at desensitizing kids and adults to peanuts, right? And we certainly have a lot of people that want to do that, right? The things that we're sort of struggling with are milk's a little bit harder. We're coming along with milk and other things, but peanut, by and large, we can do. But I usually try to ascertain why are we doing it.
Yeah, well, that hadn't really crossed my mind. I thank you for opening that for me.
Yeah.
Hey, we wanted to thank you because I know it's Valentine's Day and you're kind of famous for being a romantic. So just spending a few minutes with us was really nice of you.
I mean, it's certainly great to see Kim, but I mean, you're aging in dog years.
I was like, where is he going with this? It's always good to see you.
I know where we're going. We're going to break.
Thank you for talking like you would talk to a parent that worries about these things, because it's hard. It's
great to see you.
You as well.
Dr. Mark Ebadi, Corey.